Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, first to arrive are the commandants of the training commands of the Ghana Armed Forces and the National Coordinator, Ghana Boundary Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, arriving now is the Commandant, Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College, the Commandant Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, the Commandant National College of Defense Studies, the National Coordinator, Ghana Boundary Commission, and the Commandant, Ghana Military Academy. Right! Shoot! In the lead vehicle is the Commandant, Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College, Major General Bismarck Kwesi Oguna. His vehicle is followed by that of the Commandant of the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, Major General Richard Adojani. In the next vehicle is the Commandant of the National College of Defense Studies, Major General Evan Niaite Aite. And the National Coordinator, Ghana Boundary Commission, Major General Emmanuel Kutia. In the last vehicle is the Commandant of the Ghana Military Academy, Major General Charles Kojo Abedi Asumeni Awiti. General salute! Free! Red! Up! Shout! Red! Up! You're almost welcome, sir. Up! Red! Up! Now the academy anthem. The academy anthem. Streaming on YouTube.
Mesdames et messieurs, c'était le chef de commandement de l'Académie militaire du Ghana, le général de division Charles Kojo Abedi Asemeli Nawiti, le chef de commandement de l'école d'état-major des forces armées ghanéennes, le général de division Bismarck Kosi Orona, le chef de commandement du Centre international Kofi Annan, de formation au maintien de la paix, le général de division Richard Adojani, le chef de commandement de l'École nationale des études de la défense, le général de division Evan Ni Haïti Haïti et le coordinateur national des commissions territoriales ou bien de frontières du Ghana, le général de division Emmanuel Betem Totia. Soyez les bienvenus.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, now to a brief profile of the Commandant Ghana Military Academy, Major General Charles Kojo Abedi Asemeli Nawiti. But before then, permit me to announce the arrival of the Chief of Staff General Headquarters and the Service Chief. Major General Charles Kojo Abedi Asemeli Nawiti was commissioned into the Ghana Armed Forces on the 16th of August 1986 as part of regular career force 86. He had his primary and middle school education at the local authority Anglican Primary and Middle School in Kwabin in the Eastern region. Arriving now is the Chief of Staff General Headquarters and the Service Chief. Leading the convoy is the Chief of Staff at the General Headquarters, Major General Nicholas Peter Ando. He is followed by the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Vice Marshal Frederick Asare Kwesi Bekwin. The Chief of the Naval Staff, Rear Admiral Isa Adam Yakubu. And lastly, the representative of the Chief of the Army Staff, Brigadier General Matthew Essien. the Acting Chief of Army Staff, Brigadier General Matthew Essien. General salute! With God! You are all most welcome, sir.
Mesdames et messieurs, c'était le représentant du chef d'état-major de l'armée de terre, le général de brigade Matthew Essien, le chef d'état-major de la marine, le contre-amiral Issa Adam Yakoubou, le chef d'état-major de l'armée de l'air, le général de division aérienne Frédéric Assari-Possi Bekwe et le chef d'état-major à l'état-major général, le général de division Nicolas Peter Ander. Soyez les bienvenus.
Now to a brief history and rationale of military parades. The terminology parades come from a tradition of close order formation combat, in which soldiers were held in strict formations as to maximize their combat effectiveness. Formation combat was used as an alternative to noisy riotous combat and required strict discipline in the ranks and competent officers. As long as their formations could be maintained, regular troops could maintain a significant advantage over less organized opponents. Although the firepower of breaching loading rifles and machine guns long ago rendered close formations in battle suicidal, modern armies still use parades for ceremonial purposes. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, next to arrive is the Chief of Inspector General of Police and the Chief of the Defense Staff. Arriving now is the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufo-Dampare. He is followed by the Chief of the Defense Staff, Vice Admiral Seth Amwama. General salute! With God! Shout!
You are all most welcome, sir. Mesdames et messieurs, c'était le chef d'état-major des armées, le vice-amiral Seth Amwama et l'inspecteur général de la police ghanéenne, le docteur George Okufudan Paris. Soyez les bienvenus.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, now to a brief history of the military band, the Ghana Armed Forces. Nothing feeds the military soul like music. Nothing is more joyous than a military unit marching in rank and file to martial music. Music has been used in past battles to stir and excite military personnel and for marching. It helps to maximize synergy by keeping personnel in step. The military band in Ghana traces its origin in the West African Frontier Force, just as all other units in the Ghana Armed Forces. 4 personnel, namely Tupa Dagati, Abdullahi Dagati, Mahama Kanjaga, Swala Sisala, were sent to the Royal Military School of Music in London for band instrumentation course. Upon their return, they formed the nucleus of the Corps of Drums, and this marked the beginning of the military band in the Ghana Armed Forces. The military band has gone through many changes and improvements under the leadership of many band officers. Notable band officers include Lieutenant Colonel Robert Bululabi, who was the first Ghanaian band officer, Lieutenant Colonel Ebenezer Okwampa, who was also the longest serving band officer, Colonel Samson Pakwesi Ebony, Major Elusi Poku, Major Latte, Colonel Francis Kweku Eni retired, and Colonel Donald Asare. The current director band is Colonel George Opo. Some bandmasters who have distinguished themselves over the period include Warrant Officer Class 1, Anson Ade, Warrant Officer Class 2, Kuma, Warrant Officer Class 1, Salif, and Warrant Officer Class 1, Johnson.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the next to arrive are the Ministers for Interior, Defense, and National Security. Arriving now are the Ministers for Interior, Defense, and National Security. In the lead vehicle is the Minister for National Security, Honorable Albert Kandapa. In the last vehicle is the Minister for Defense, Honorable Dominic Nitivo, and the Minister for Interior, Honorable Ambrose Derry. most welcome, sir. Mesdames et messieurs, c'était le ministre d'État au ministère de la Défense, M. Dominique Mitivou, le ministre d'État au ministère de l'Intérieur, M. Ambrose Derry, et le ministre d'État chargé de la sécurité nationale, M. Albert Kandata. Soyez les bienvenus.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I can now continue with the brief history of the military band in the Ghana Armed Forces. Some of the bandmasters who have distinguished themselves over the period are Warrant Officer Class 1, Anson Ade, Warrant Officer Class 1, Kuma, Warrant Officer Class 1, Salifu, Warrant Officer Class 1, Jansa, and Chief Petty Officer Class 1, Apia. Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Gerard Mawa is the current commanding officer of the Ghana Armed Forces. The band on parade this morning is under the leadership of Lieutenant Jeremiah Kuku Forsi, and he is assisted by Chief Petty Officer Class 1, Boache Emmanuel, Warrant Officer Class 1, Mensa Bright, and Warrant Officer Class 1, Asari Ado Frederick. The senior drum major on parade is Staff Sergeant Kwaji Janet. The fanfare team is also made up of personnel from the Ghana Army, the Ghana Navy, and the Ghana Air Force. It is under the command of Chief Petty Officer Class 1, Damale Patrick.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all is now set for the arrival of the reviewing officer. The reviewing officer for this year's graduation parade is the President of the Republic and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. On his arrival, the national anthem will be played, and all are requested to please be upstanding. All personnel in uniform are to pay the appropriate compliments. But before then, permit me to give you a brief on the sword being used by the parade commander. The sword being used by the parade commander this morning is the personal sword of the late Colonel Emmanuel Osewusu of Regular Career Force 1 and the first senior officer of the academy. Throughout his life, he was affectionately called SEO Osewusu. He was the parade commander of the first graduation parade held for Regular Career Corps in Phase 1 and 2. He was presented with a Sword of Honor for emerging as the overall best cadet during his time of training. He donated a sword to GMA on the occasion of the Silver Jubilee anniversary of the Academy in 1985. The sword is now being used by graduating parade commanders and then returned to a vault in the ante room after the parade. Our gratitude goes to the late Colonel Osewusu for this gift, and may his soul continue to rest in perfect peace. Mesdames et messieurs, tout est prêt pour l'arrivée du président de la République et commandant en chef des forces armées ghanéennes, son Excellence Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Et pour vous renseigner, mesdames et messieurs, nous vous prions de vous lever quand le groupe fanfare commence à jouer l'hymne national et tous les personnels en tenue doivent exécuter le compliment indiqué.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, now to a history and rationale of military parades. The terminology parade comes from the tradition of close quarter battle in which soldiers were held in straight formations as to maximize their combat effectiveness. Formation combat was used as an alternative noisy, riotous combat and required strict discipline in the ranks and competent officers. As long as their formations could be maintained, regular troops would maintain a significant advantage over less organized opponents. Although the firepower of breech-loading rifles and machine guns long ago rendered those formations in battles inside out, Modern armies still use parades for ceremonial purposes or in non-combat environments. This is due to their efficiency, ease of organization, and encouragement of discipline. Drills increased in importance when men stopped fighting as individuals and began to fight as units. Drill, as a vital component of the war machine, further increased with increases in the size of armies. Military drills were later used by the Roman army to maximize efficiency and deadliness throughout their long history. A military drill is memorizing certain actions through repetition until the action is instinctive to the soldiers being drilled. Complex actions are broken down into simpler ones, which can be practiced in isolation, so when the whole is put together, the desired results are achieved. Such is necessary for a fighting force to perform at maximum efficiency in all manner of situations. However, depending on the army and the drill is adopted, drilling may destroy flexibility and initiative in exchange for predictability and cohesion. Cadets in most modern militaries are taught drill to teach them how to work and move as a team. In addition, formations are still used in riot control when noisy and riotous combat is still the norm. Parades consist of four directions, which include advance, retire, left, and right.
We shall now take a short musical interlude by the Armed Forces Mass Band.
Thank you very much, the bank. A brief profile of the band officer. The band officer on parade, Lieutenant Jeremiah Kuku Forsi, was commissioned into the Ghana Armed Forces Band Corps in 2022 as part of the Other Career Corps 61. He enjoys orchestrating and arranging contemporary and indigenous songs for the military band. Some of his arrangements include Stand Tall, Black Cherries, Oil on My Head, King Promises Terminator, Music for Gong Gong, composed in the year 1971 by the famous Afro rock music group Sibisa, which are all yet to be rendered this morning by the band. It will interest you to know that most of the matches for this year's graduation were arranged for the mass band by Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Gerard Mawa, Captain Peter Amwa, Captain Foster Opokujan, Lieutenant Roland Ojo, Lieutenant Jeremiah Paulson, and Senior Warrant Officer Class 2 Ghana. The bandmasters on parade this morning are Chief Petty Officer Class 1 Boache Emmanuel. Interestingly, his son, Cadet Corporal Boache Alfonso, is also on parade as the naval contingent preliminary. Warrant Officer Class 1 Enterprise and Warrant Officer Class 1 Asari Adolfo. The team of drum majors are Staff Sergeant Faji Ado Cadet, Corporal Menu Emmanuel, Leading Seaman Adojudo Courage Tete, Leading Seaman Apia Asantua Units, Leading Aircraftman Ayiko, Yaboa Angela, Private Nune Yoku Amanda, Private Gabriel Kojo, and Private Yusuf Commander.
Mesdames et messieurs, une brève histoire de l'Académie militaire du Ghana. L'origine de l'Académie militaire du Ghana remonte aux années de l'école des formations spéciales des officiers réguliers en 1953, qui a évolué au fil du temps. L'Académie militaire du Ghana a été établie en avril 1960. Avant son établissement, les officiers étaient formés à l'étranger. Depuis 1960, l'Académie militaire du Ghana a formé plus de 5500 officiers ghanéens. La formation au sein de l'Académie ne se limite pas seulement aux officiers ghanéens, mais elle comprend des officiers en provenance des autres pays africains, notamment le Bénin, le Burkina Faso, la Gambie, la Guinée, le Libéria, le Nigeria, le Sierra Leone, le Togo et l'Ouganda. Cet encadrement est réalisé grâce à la coopération fructueuse entre le Ghana et ces pays. Mesdames et messieurs, il existe deux programmes dans l'Académie. Le cours régulier qui dure plus de 15 mois et le cours spécial qui dure plus de 6 mois. Ce matin, mesdames et messieurs, 292 élèves officiers seront nommés comme officiers au sein des forces armées ghanéennes. Parmi eux comptent 75 femmes et 2 élèves officiers étrangers de nationalité guinéenne. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this morning, a total of 292 cadets will be commissioned into the various arms of the Ghana Armed Forces. Among the graduates are 75 female cadets. At the end of today's graduation ceremony, copies of the parade will be made available at the reception area near the cadet units. Individuals who wish for copies later may leave their contact details at the sale points. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are kindly reminded that only accredited media personnel will be allowed on the square at the appropriate time. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, arriving now is the reviewing officer, the President of the Republic, and the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, Nana Dotankwa Akufo-Addo. Shall we please rise to welcome him and remain standing for the national salute? All personnel in uniform are reminded to please pay their appropriate compliments.
Presidential salute.
You are most welcome, Mr. President. Shall we now please be seated? The parade commander, senior under officer, our chief Jacob Vanderpool, will now invite the reading officer to inspect the parade.
Good morning, Mr. President. Ghana Military Academy 2023, regular career course intake 62, and short service commission of the special duty intake 60 graduation grade form up. 2 officers, 292 graduating cadets, 98 regular career course intake 63 junior cadets, 7 permanent staff, and the armed forces mass band on parade, ready for inspection. Senior under officer, our chief Jacob Vanderpool, reporting, Mr. President.
The parade commander, senior under officer, our chief Jacob Vanderpool, has invited the President of the Republic to inspect the parade. The President will be accompanied by the Chief of the Defense Staff, the Commandant Ghana Military Academy, the President's aide-de-camp, and the Academy Sergeant Major.
Mesdames et messieurs, à présent, le président de la République, en même temps commandant en chef des forces armées aériennes, est en train de passer en revue. Il est accompagné par le chef d'état-major des armées, le chef de commandement de l'académie, l'adjudant du président et l'adjudant-chef supérieur de l'académie.
The inspection is over, and the parade commander will now ask permission from the reviewing officer to continue with the rest of the parade.
Mr. President, inspection over. May I have your permission to carry on with the parade? Mr. President.
Permission has just been granted by the reviewing officer for the parade commander to continue with the rest of the parade. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the band will soon commence trooping in slow and quick time in a pre-arranged sequence of maneuvering to take the shape of the harp. To pay the appropriate compliment to the reviewing officer and commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. The harp is a musical instrument consisting of a frame supporting a graduated series of parallel strings, played by plucking with the fingers. Each string, when struck, produces a note with a gradation of string length from short to short, corresponding to high and low pitches respectively. The resonator of a harp is usually made of wood or skin, and it produces a soothing and relaxing sound which massages the entire body. Its tranquility can refresh the body and spirit and aid in healing by providing an atmosphere of comfort, warmth, and safety. The mass band on parade this morning is made up of students of the newly promulgated Armed Forces Music School, the Ghana Navy, and the Ghana Air Force Band. The mass band has become one of the numerous instruments used by the Ghana Armed Forces to promote both civil military relations, both internally and externally. The band provides religious traditions at all national parades and ceremonies. At the international level, the band continues to bring great service and honor to the armed forces and the Nigerian nation with their spectacular performances in other sister African countries such as Kenya, Burkina Faso, Central African Republic, Libya, Nigeria, Senegal, Togo, and Uganda. interested to know that we have two personnel from the Armed Forces of Nigeria as part of the Armed Forces Music Program of State. They are Sergeant Kamara Buya and Corporal Richard Style. Certainly, the one, the Ghana Armed Forces, and the entire nation will forever be grateful to Joshua Dagati, Abulai Dagati, Mahama Kanjaga, Swala Sisala, Captain Peter Story, and Major Adams for their invaluable contribution to the military band in Ghana.
Congratulations. Member of Public Cadet is now the Cadet of Cadet Company Major, a fast flight company. In front of them is the plate commander and officer, who was sent from Singapore. And the current Cadet commander, following closely is the number 2 division, also made up of army cadets of the graduating intake, under the command of Cadet Escort Commander Sergeant Fire Escort. Next is the number 2 graduating contingent, made up of legal cadets, under the command of Cadet Corporal Sophie, the Mali uniform. Behind them is the color party, where I respectfully remind all to pay the appropriate compliment as the colors transparency of the reputation. Senior Cadet Sedgwick, Frederick European, is carrying the national color. The Senior Cadet Gamo, Captain of the Dome, is carrying the academic color. The color is got on, Officer Cadet Asanti, Christian, Officer Cadet Mate, the Bone Amial, and Naval Cadet Petit Urban Amity. Marching Matters behind them is the academic graduation, Master One Officer, Grammy Sedgwick. Next, the number 3 graduating contingent, an Air Force contingent, under the command of Flight Cadet, Sophie, Navy. Following closely is the number 2 division under the command of Senior and Officer, Sophie, Phillips. Finally, we have the number 4 division under the command of Cadet Captain Sergeant Major, Ako Ito. Riding on the horse fire is the ceremonial parade officer, Captain Cadet Yusuf. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let us say that the ceremonial drill is set up for people from practice to the circle of festivals to go to worship every state festival. This is exactly what the brothers are striving to achieve while expressing pride because the color. Please see, after that, the match starts with the to increase the movement of troops from one place to another without getting mixed up with other troops. These graduating cadets are required to maintain well-calculated steps, intervals, and distance as they march from one point to the other. Hence, body and mind must coordinate concurrently to achieve it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are playing closely, you will see the re-emerging of the number 1 and number 2 Escort contingent and start clearing the way of the graduating contingent. They will now join the graduating contingent for the next part of the contingent. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, very soon we shall see the transition from slow time to quick time. give them a round of applause for that wonderful transition from floor time to paper. As mentioned earlier, the deputy cadets are required to maintain well-calculated steps, intervals in distance, and statements from one place to the other. Hence, body and mind must coordinate constantly to achieve this. Approaching the base once again is the number one division, made up of Army cadets. They are followed closely by the number two division. They are also made up of Army cadets of the graduate stage. It is now the turn of the number one escort contingent under the command of Cadet Regimental Master Sergeant Fuji Finally, we have the number two escort contingent under the command of Cadet Company Quartermaster Sergeant Moses. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, very soon we shall see the contingent advance in review order. that impeccable display. Indeed, body and mind has coordinated to achieve this impeccable drill display. Shall we now please rise for the national salute? All personnel in uniform are kindly requested to pay their appropriate compliments.
Right! National salute! With right! Up! Right! Shout! Right! Up!
What we just witnessed was a flypast by the number 4 squadron of the Ghana Air Force, with a fighter jet painting the skies with academy colors, green and white. The flight formation just witnessed is known as the strike formation.
Shall we please resume our seats?
Mesdames et messieurs, vous venez d'assister au défilé aérien exécuté par le 4e escadron de l'armée de l'air ghanéenne.
The parade commander will now ask permission from the regional staff to stand the parade at ease for presentation of awards and delivery of his address.
Mr. President, March past over. May I have your permission to stand parade at ease for presentation of awards and delivery of speech. Mr. President. Right! Up! Right! Up! Stand! Up!
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the presentation of awards. Marching briskly into position are the table honors, Lance Corporal Pepper Gideon, and leading aircraftman Koyuri Stanley, both physical training instructors of this academy. During the course of the training of the graduating intake, some cadets performed exceptionally well. Their efforts will be rewarded today. This year, the awards we presented are the Best Allied Cadet Award, the Academic Fame, the Military Fame, and the Sword of Honor.
Mesdames et messieurs, c'est le moment pour la remise des prix aux quelques élèves officiers qui se sont distingués au cours de leur formation.
Instructions are from the
The Academy Sergeant Major, Master Warrant Officer Gani Shebi, is marching briskly into position for the presentation of awards. Once he is in position, he will call the award winners to the front.
To the front!
All is now set for the presentation of awards, and this will be done by the reviewing officer, assisted by the Commandant Ghana Military Academy. It is now my singular honor to respectfully invite the reviewing officer, the President of the Republic, and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, Nana Adudankwa Ekufu-Addo, to do us the honor. Mr. President. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the first award to be presented is the Best Allied Cadet Award. This award is presented to the best foreign cadets in order of merit among the graduating cadets of the regular career course 62. This year, the award goes to Senior Cadet Kamara Alpha Yaya from Guinea. Senior Cadet Kamara Alpha hails from Guinea. He was born on the 31st of October 1998 in Conakry to Mr. Sidi Yaya and Mrs. Kamara Mariam. He had his secondary education at the Military Preparatory and Technical School of Bingerville in Côte d'Ivoire in 2017. He then proceeded to the University of Kofi Annan of Guinea to pursue a Bachelor of Science degree in Economics and graduated in 2020. Senior Cadet Kamara enjoys swimming, playing basketball, and watching movies in his free time. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the next award to be presented is the Academic Pin, a symbol of academic excellence. The Academic Pin is awarded to the cadet who placed third in cumulative order of merit and is a symbol of academic excellence. The recipient of this award is Junior Under Officer Bobo George Delali. Junior Under Officer Bobo George Delali hails from Agbozume in the Volta region. He was born on the 15th of March 1997 to Mr. Julius Bodo and Mrs. Eunice Kemia Bodo. He had a secondary education at the Infanticum School, after which he gained admission into the University of Ghana to pursue a Bachelor of Science degree in dietetics. Junior Under Officer Kodo likes listening to music and playing football in his leisure time.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the next award to be presented is the Military King. The Military King is a symbol of initiative, sharpness, and decisiveness. It is awarded to the cadets who placed second in order of merit and are judged the best in military skills and military order of merit from the graduating intake. The recipient of this award is Junior Under Officer Frimpong Escort. Junior Under Officer Frimpong Esther hails from Asante Mampong in the Ashanti region. She was born on 28 February 1996 at Accra to Mr. Collins Frimpong Manso and Madam Selina Ya Ajuna. She had her basic education at the West End International School, where she graduated in 2010. She then proceeded to the Holy Child School, where she studied general arts. Junior Under Officer Frimpong Esther later gained admission to study at the Kamakura University of Science and Technology, where she obtained a Bachelor of Arts degree in Sociology and Geography. Her hobbies are cooking, driving, and reading. Her favorite quote is, "If it must be done, it must be done well." This is the second award she has picked up, having previously picked up the Chief of the Air Staff Award during the graduation religious parade held on Sunday, 12th November 2023. Now to the ultimate award. The award every cadet dreams of. The highest honor that can be bestowed on a cadet. The Sword of Honor. It is a symbol of exemplary leadership quality. The Sword of Honor is presented to the cadets adjudged the best all-round cadets in regular career course 62. This year, the proud recipient of this prestigious award is Senior Under Officer, our King Jacob Vanderpool. Senior Under Officer, our King Jacob Vanderpool hails from Elmina in the Central Region. He was born on 25th January 1987 in Obuasi in the Ashanti region to Mr. Daniel Tewia Awatri and Na Adofo Adjobu the first. He had his basic education at the Ave Maria School and proceeded to the Pope John Senior High School, a minor seminary, where he studied general science with electives in chemistry, biology, physics, and electric math. In 2015, he gained admission to study Earth Science at the University of Ghana and graduated in 2019 with a second-class upper honors division. His hobbies include swimming, watching football, and reading. Thank you very much, Mr. President, for doing us the honor. And congratulations to all award recipients. Some of the cadets on parade also won awards which were presented during the graduation dinner and graduation religious parade held on 3rd and 4th November 2023 respectively. Notable among these awards were the Chief of the Defense Staff Prize presented to Junior Under Officer Haku Pellet for being the best cadet for the Short Service Commission in Special Duty Corps. The Chief of the Air Staff Prize presented to Junior Under Officer Frimpong Esther for being the best flight cadet from the graduating intake. The Chief of the Naval Staff Prize presented to Cadet Sergeant Abraka Presley for being the best midshipman from the graduation intake. And finally, the Chief of the Army Staff Corps presented Cadet Quartermaster Sergeant Shay Millicent Oye for being the best Army Cadets from the graduation intake. Details and recipients of the other award winners are captured in the program in the Square magazine. Congratulations to all award recipients.
Mesdames et messieurs, vous venez d'assister au geste du président de la République, en même temps commandant en chef de forces armées ghanéennes, Rana Ado Dankwa Okufu Ado, qui confère l'honneur aux élèves officiers qui ont excellé. Certains élèves officiers ont fait preuve d'une performance exceptionnelle et leurs efforts sont récompensés aujourd'hui. Cette année, les prix à décerner sont le bâton académique, le bâton militaire, l'épée d'honneur et le prix du meilleur élève officier étranger. Une fois encore, le prix du meilleur élève officier étranger est présenté à l'élève officier Kamara Alpha Yaya de la Guinée. Il est né le 31 octobre 1998 de Madame Kamara Mariam et M. Sidi Yaya. Il a fait ses études secondaires à l'école militaire préparatoire et technique de Benjevi en Côte d'Ivoire, où il a obtenu son baccalauréat en 2017 et finalement rejoint le rang de militaire en 2018. Après les études secondaires, il a procédé aux études universitaires à Copiano de Guinée, où il a fait la science économique et a obtenu sa licence en 2020. Mesdames et messieurs, le prix honorifique de marque, le prix de distinction que convoite chaque élève officier, l'honneur le plus prestigieux qui peut accorder à un élève officier, les symboles et le modèle de leader. L'épée d'honneur est décerné au major de la promotion. En général, il est le meilleur élève officier de la formation. En 2023, vous êtes rappelés et certains élèves officiers à la place d'un ont déjà reçu le prix pendant leur année et leur cérémonie religieuse.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the reviewing officer's address and conferment of the Presidential Commission. Once again, it is my singular honor to respectfully invite the President of the Republic and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, Nana Adudankwa Ekufu Ado, to deliver his address. Mr. President.
The Minister of Defence and Member of Parliament for Bimbila, Minister for National Security, the Minister for the Interior and Member of Parliament for Nando, the Deputy Minister for Defence and Member of Parliament for Chimaka, Chief of Defence Staff, Inspector General of Police, Acting Chief of Army Staff, the Chief of Naval Staff, Chief of Air Staff, Chief of Staff of the General Headquarters of the Ghana Armed Forces, Commandant of the Military Academy and Training Schools, Commander of the Ghana Military Academy, the National Security Advisor, the National Security Coordinator, senior military officers, active and retired, officers, men, women and civilian employees of the Ghana Armed Forces, the Dean and members of the Diplomatic Corps, traditional rulers, officer cadets, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be a part of this year's graduation parade for the regular career course 62 and the Short Service Commission Special Duty Intake 60. The spectacular display this morning by the cadets is testament to the months of dedication and commitment to their training at this academy. And I must confess, it is only one of the segments of the graduation ceremonies that I look forward to every year. The smart and well-coordinated drills and formation, as well as the prompt responsiveness of the contingents to the parade commander's orders, are reflections of the high standard of training these young men and women have gone through. I know that all gathered here, particularly family members, and indeed those watching from afar, are proud of this display. The credit for this feat goes firstly to the Armed Forces High Command, then to the Commandant of the Military Academy, and finally to his tireless instructors, who through devotion and sacrifice have turned these cadets into officers of quality, ready to contribute their quota to the development of the Ghana Armed Forces. To say the least, the military academy has remained resolute and well-focused on achieving its mandate, notwithstanding some challenges with which it has and is confronted. Ladies and gentlemen, today's parade is a special one. The number of officers being commissioned into service is the highest in the history of the Ghana Armed Forces. On parade are 292 cadets, including 2 allied cadets from the Republic of Guinea, who are all poised to be commissioned into their respective armed forces. Coincidentally, today also marks the joint commission of both regular career course cadets and short service special duty cadets after the disruption of the academy's calendar by COVID-19. Considering the complexities of training such large numbers and their impact on human resources and available logistics, this is no mean feat. The commandant and his staff have worked hard and have truly demonstrated the meaning of the academy's motto: service, devotion, and sacrifice. The commissioning of such a large number of officers into the armed forces, this time when resources are limited, is to put ourselves in readiness for the emerging security threats the country is facing today. The security situation in West Africa, particularly in the Sahel, requires that we improve the entire security architecture of the country. Government is resolute on the need to institute measures that will safeguard the territorial integrity and security of our nation, so as to guarantee the peace Ghana continuously enjoys in the region. The armed forces, whose responsibility is to safeguard the territorial integrity of the country, is proportionally spread across the country, maintaining continuous surveillance and capability and readiness to respond effectively to any threat from anywhere to the security of Ghana. In supporting this mandate, I have in recent times approved a number of measures for the expansion of our nation's armed forces. The newly promulgated establishments and units, including the National College of Defense Studies, 12 mechanized battalion unit, and the Sergeant Major's Academy. Similarly, The Directorates of Military Records and Public Relations have been upgraded to departments. The Air Force, Headquarters Support Services Brigade Group in Birmingham, and the Armed Forces Medical Corps have also been expanded. Additionally, I've approved the promulgation of the Ghana Armed Forces Central Band, Armed Forces Musical School, Armed Forces Fire Service, the School of Ordnance, and the Artillery Training School after they were reviewed. The latter are expected to enhance the Armed Forces' capabilities to deal decisively with contemporary threats within and outside the country. The eminent threats in the northern part of Ghana have necessitated the establishment of forward operating and logistics bases along our entire northern border. So far, government has awarded contracts for the construction of 12 forward operating bases and 3 logistic bases to help contain the threats emanating from across our northern frontiers. These operating bases, which are at various stages of completion, will be resourced with adequate personnel and logistics to deal with such threats that have the potential to disrupt the peace and stability of our country. Ladies and gentlemen, the recently established National College of Defense Studies is in fulfillment of the pledge I made in the 2022 General Headquarters, Wasa. To date, the Armed Forces Staff Command and Staff College has offered the highest level of professional military education in Ghana. That is the Senior Staff Course. The course prepared officers for operational level command and staff appointments. Training for strategic level appointments and staff responsibilities, on the other hand, was provided by partner countries abroad. This limited the number of senior officers who received strategic training in the armed forces due to the high cost of undertaking such training abroad. In view of this, and pursuant to Section 29(1) of the Education Regulatory Bodies Act 2020, Act 1023, I directed the Ministry of Defense and the Military High Command to establish a National College of Defense Studies, equivalent to a war college, and a National Defense University. Consequently, the Armed Forces initiated the process for the grant of a presidential charter for the establishment of the National Defense University, which is at an advanced stage. I must state here that in fulfillment of my directives, the Armed Forces have established the War College to prepare selected senior military officers and civilians, working with defense and national security establishments and ministries, departments, and agencies in Ghana and allied African countries for strategic level command and staff appointments. The program, the National College of Defense Studies, aims to produce graduates imbued with leadership, critical thinking, and problem-solving skills required to address Ghana and Africa's complex security challenges. It will also build capacity of selected senior military officers, ability to conduct scientific research in military science, defense studies, strategic studies, international relations, and other related subjects. The college will offer masters and doctoral programs to officers and civilians working with the national security, defense establishments, ministry departments and agencies in Ghana and allied African countries. To help realize its focus and aims, Ghana government has embarked on extensive infrastructural development including the construction of an office complex for the college. Additionally, a team of officers visited the Royal College of Defense Studies in the United Kingdom for benchmarking studies. In partial fulfillment of sections 19(1) and 2 of Act 1023, the National College of Defense Studies is being granted institutional and program accreditations by the Ghana Tertiary Educational Council for the commencement of the program, scheduled for the end of November of this year. The main course of the college is scheduled to start on 27th November 2023. That is in 10 days' time. I've directed that the National Defense University be established early next year. The university will be a multidisciplinary higher education institution that would educate personnel of the armed forces, other security agencies, governmental departments and agencies, and foreign military personnel. It is envisaged that it will conduct scientific research in military science, defense and strategic studies, international relations and related subjects. It will also serve as a model research and educational center for the conduct of long-term research, capacity building, and policy shaping in the field of defense and security, as well as current analysis and strategic studies for various state institutions. The university will offer these courses at graduate, postgraduate, diploma, and doctoral levels. In this regard, the university will be the overarching institution for all other existing institutions of higher education within the armed forces. It will establish campuses at the Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College, the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, the National Defense College of Defense Staffs, the Ghana Military Academy, and the Ghana Armed Forces Training and Doctrine Command. I'm pleased to announce that the Ghana Tertiary Educational Council is in the final stages of preparing the necessary documentation for a presidential charter for the establishment of the university to be granted by the end of this year. As we celebrate the achievements of our cadets, who are future guardians of Ghana's peace and sovereignty, we must also reflect on Ghana's enviable legacy in international peacekeeping. Ghana's commitment to global peace and security dates back to 1960, when Ghana, for the first time, participated in the United Nations peacekeeping force deployed in the then Republic of Congo, now the Democratic Republic of Congo. Since then, Ghana has remained committed and dedicated to the cause of peace, either under the banners of the United Nations, the African Union, or the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. Today, Ghana is ranked the 9th largest troop contributing country by the United Nations in peace support operations. Globally, Ghana is involved in 15 peacekeeping missions, with a deployed strength of over 2,500 military personnel. Currently, Ghana has presence in Lebanon, South Sudan, Abyei in Sudan, the Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Syria, Cyprus, and the Central African Republic. Others are Libya, Western Sahara stroke Morocco, Yemen, Somalia, and until recently Mali, where our engineer company recently started withdrawing following the enforcement of the United Nations Security Council Resolution 2690. It is worth noting that our deployment has been accompanied by gender parity, making the Ghana Armed Forces the standard bearer in deployment of female personnel in respect of foreign troops across missions. As a result, Ghana has exceeded the United Nations targets for gender deployment. In respect of foreign troops, Ghana has deployed 19% females, exceeding the United Nations target of 9%. And 23.3% for staff officers and military observers, exceeding the UN target of 14.21%. In helping to maintain peace and security, our men and women in uniform are exposed to the negative effects of wars and undemocratic changes of government. It is therefore praiseworthy that the armed forces continue to pledge their support to our democratic system of governance in the face of coup d'etats across the region. I commend the continuing dedication of our armed forces to upholding constitutional rule in our country. The sacrifices and efforts we have made have imprinted Ghana's name globally in the history of peacekeeping. To our graduating cadets, the being commissioned at the time when the region is facing heightened security threats that have a tendency to erode the day's day. I challenge and encourage you to be committed in maintaining the democratic legacy that your predecessors have set. You must resolve to carry on with it with pride. Ladies and gentlemen, last year I communicated my government's resolve to upgrade and expand the infrastructure of the academy to bring it to world-class standards. I'm pleased to say that we have not reneged on this commitment. A three-story, 246-room officer cadets hostel, a 16 two-bedroom apartment officer accommodation for platoon commanders, and a 4 two-bedroom apartments half-compound accommodation for senior non-commissioned instructors have been fully completed. In fact, cadets have already moved into the new hostel, with each cadet occupying a self-contained room, unlike the old cadets' accommodation that had an average of 2 cadets to a room. The completion of the hostel has eased significantly cadet accommodation challenges and also paved the way for increased enrollment. Additionally, the construction of a 720-seating capacity academy auditorium on the western end of Academy Square has been completed. Notwithstanding these completed projects, government is not oblivious of other infrastructural needs of the academy. The need for an additional lecture block, quarter guard, armory, rappelling tower, and sports complex, including a swimming pool, will also be addressed in due course. Government is not limited infrastructure development to the academy alone. We have assured equitable and fair distribution of resources across the armed forces. Units have seen upgrades, as well as retooling of facilities, to ensure that personnel are equipped to perform their duties efficiently. I must perforce announce And through government's efforts, the delegations of the European Union paid a classic call on the military high command in September this year to deepen collaboration with and support for the Ghana Armed Forces. One such area identified for support is health. Health was prioritized because, as we will all acknowledge, a healthy force equals a strong force. The European Union will therefore be supporting areas of critical care and emergency hospital within the next 6 months. In particular, the support will include a fully equipped operation theatre, a cardiac catheter laboratory, and a computerized tomography scanner. These facilities will not only benefit personnel of the forces, they will go a long way to improve health delivery in the country as a whole. To complement this, government is working hard to complete and operationalize the Kumasi Military Hospital. To this end, employment of 970 defense civilian staff began early this year. This is to ensure that adequate staff are in place and the hospital is fully operational immediately after commissioning. To register government seriousness, employment letters have been issued to most of these staffs. Others are at various stages of recruitment. With respect to equipment, government has also immensely improved on equipment holdings both within and outside Ghana. Ghana, through the government, through the Ministry of Defense, has signed a contract with the United Kingdom for the testing, repair, refurbishment, and delivery of 70 Husky mobility vehicles. These vehicles are to augment the fleet in the various services. Likewise, government has retooled some of the peacekeeping missions abroad by enhancing their logistics. With respect to the United Nations Interim Force in Cadet, government has procured and supplied state-of-the-art armored personnel carriers, troop-carrying vehicles, engineer equipment, and special-purpose vehicles. The United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon, UNIFIL, Ghana was adjudged the first nation to meet the new statement of union procurement. Government has also enhanced the resources in UNIFIL Gamba by purchasing 52 Terrier LT-79 high mobility light tactical vehicles, 15 Toyota Land Cruiser Mark II, and other critical specialist equipment. These efforts will not only enhance our operational capabilities, but also cement Ghana's reputation as a dedicated and well-equipped contributor to global peacekeeping mission. Concluding, I'd like you to please join me to commend and congratulate the award recipients on their sterling performance. My congratulations go to Senior Under Officer Alakim Jacob Vanderpool, who received the Sword of Honor, being adjudged the overall Best Cadet of the Regular Career Course Intake 62. I also commend Junior Under Officer Frimpong Esther and Junior Under Officer Bodo George Galali for receiving the military and academic canes respectively. I finally applaud Senior Cadet Kamara Alpha Yaya for being adjudged the Best Allied Cadet. Je vous dois beaucoup de félicitations, Monsieur Kamara Alpha Yaya. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request you to please rise for the conferment of the Presidential Commission on the Graduating Officer Cadets. Right. By the powers vested in me by the Constitution of the Republic, I, as President of the Republic and the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, do hereby grant you the graduating officer cadets of Regular Career Course 62 and Short Service Commission Special Duties Intake 60, the President's Commission into the Ghana Armed Forces. On behalf of the people and government of Ghana, please accept my warmest congratulations on your achievement as commissioned officers of the Ghana Armed Forces and the Guinean Armed Forces. I wish each one of you all success in your careers. I charge you to be patriotic, disciplined, and responsive at all times. May God bless the Ghana Armed Forces and us all. And may God bless our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong. I thank you for your attention.
That was the address and conference of the Presidential Commission and the reviewing officer. Thank you very much, Mr. President, and congratulations to you, newly commissioned officers. We wish you well.
Mesdames et messieurs, c'était la locution et la voix présidentielle conférée aux élèves officiers supérieurs par le président de la République et commandant en chef de force d'armée ghanéenne, Nana Addo Dankwa. Félicitations et nous vous souhaitons du courage dans vos services respectifs.
Go back to
The parade commander is now marching to seek permission from the reviewing officer to hand over the colors and march off the battle.
Mr. President, presentation of awards and delivery of speech over. May I have the permission to hand over the colors and march off the battle, Mr. President.
Having received the President's commission, these newly commissioned officers will be marched off to be decorated with appropriate officer rank. However, before they do, they will have to hand over the colors to their juniors, regular career course 63. As mentioned earlier, the colors embody the soul and spirit of the academy, and symbolically, it has to be handed over from one course to the other. In other words, from one generation to another generation.
Right! Up! Down! Up! Right! On! Over! Got it!
The veterans will now hand over the colors. assigned to take over the colors are Officer Cadet Akoli Joseph for the national color and Flight Cadet Gamsa Paul for the Ghana Military Academy color.
Mesdames et messieurs, les nouveaux officiers sont en train de remettre les couleurs à leurs subordonnés. Les couleurs représentent l'âme et l'esprit de l'académie, ainsi elles doivent être gardées par l'académie pour marquer la continuation de la formation.
With the matrix of leadership represented by these colors pastors, I am certain that regular career force in 63 will look forward to passing on this mantle to their juniors if they meet the required standards to join the ranks of the officer corps. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, officers selected for the peeping ceremony are to report now to the dining room of the officer cadet segment.
Mesdames et messieurs, les nouveaux officiers ayant reçu l'homologation présidentielle vont procéder aux mains des élèves officiers pour l'attribution de leur propre grade.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is the best moment these newly commissioned officers have been waiting for. They are marching off to be decorated in the officer rank to suit their new status. As the band plays farewell song, these newly commissioned officers are saying goodbye to the four corners of this academy. The journey has been very hectic, demanding, and torturous.
Okay.
I did turn the data off. Then I will run with I do then I on the data. So say I know they cut you they do this thing. They go to look on the website before the scene is not again. So that's what I can do.
If you have not been dressed, raise your hand. I'm not coming and dress you.
Shall we now please rise for the national salute? Shall we please be seated? The reviewing officer, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all too soon we have come to the end of the first part of this morning's ceremony. On behalf of the Military High Command, officers, men, civilian staff, and indeed the families of these newly commissioned officers, U.S. Defense Minister. He will also be accompanied by the Chief of Defense Staff and the Inspector General of Police, the service chiefs, Commandant Ghana Military Academy, and the Guinean Ambassador. To our guests and well wishers here present, we thank you all for your presence and cooperation. It is now our corporate prayer that the good Lord give us grace to repeat again on the second day. We thank you all for being present today, and we wish you safe journey as you go back to your various destinations.
Your family all go see you. My family, they don't have they use young phones. Oh, when for the wedding, I'm saying gloves.
Madam, but we have to follow. The gloves have to follow.
Carry my truck.
Oh, tell me many cut away so.
What
Batteries nasa.
me charge you.
What's it?
Me charge you.
Oh, me dress it.
Carry my truck.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Commandant of the Ghana Military Academy, Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. Nana Kadudakwa Ekufu Addo. The national anthem will be played on its arrival. All officers are to please salute. You're most welcome, Mr. President. It is now time for the administration of the Armed Forces Code. I will respectfully invite the Judge Advocate General of the Ghana Armed Forces, Brigadier General Moses Jeppe Asante, to administer the code.
Please say after me. When I say I, you mention your name. I swear that I will bear true and faithful allegiance to the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana and to the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Republic of Ghana, and that I will well, truly and faithfully serve the government of the Republic of Ghana as by law established, and that I will, as in duty bound, serve in the Armed Forces of the Republic of Ghana, and go wherever ordered, by air, land, or sea, and that I will observe and obey all commands of the government of the Republic of Ghana, as by law established, and any officer set over me, even at the peril of my life. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Having sworn the oath, these newly commissioned officers will endeavor to uphold freedom and justice for all, be it in Ghana or wherever ordered to go. They must win our nation's battles by outmatching the most demanding missions. They will uphold the nation's sovereignty against all aggressions, whether foreign or domestic, against all fears, excuses, and limitations. They will overpower the desire to quit and prevail with perseverance against all threats to progress and property. These and many more they will do, even at the peril of their lives. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the declaration of grant of commission punishment.
Ladies and gentlemen officers, you receive the Presidential Commission on Parole. Now, as newly commissioned officers, I, the President of the Republic, and your Commander-in-Chief, grant you the commission parchment as documentary proof of your commission.
Thank you, Mr. President. The reviewing officer will now be invited by the Commandant, Military Academy, to exchange headseats with the cross-section of instructors who continue to work hard to prepare officers for the future of the Ghana Armed Forces in Mother Ghana. The parade commander will now ask permission to continue with the rest of the parade. The national anthem will be sung, and all are please reminded to pay the appropriate respect. The President and the distinguished guests will now retire to the executive room. Thank you once again, Mr. President, for honoring us with your presence. After here, all newly commissioned officers will move back to the foyer to take photographs with the instructors of the Ghana Military Academy. Kindly take note. The Great Commander will now ask permission from the Deputy Commandant of the Ghana Military Academy to dismiss the newly commissioned officers, after which he will move to the foyer to take a group photograph with the instructors of the Ghana Military Academy. The Great Commander will now ask permission from the Deputy Commandant of the Ghana Military Academy to dismiss the newly commissioned officers. Shall now move to the foyer to take group photographs. May God bless us all. And to our newly commissioned officers, we welcome you on board to our fold. We wish you well.
Yes, sir.